Hello everyone, I am Pratiksha and today we're going to start with the advantages of alternative dispute resolution. So, Alternative dispute resolution, as we can see, are time efficient, disputes resolve faster than traditional litigation in alternative dispute resolution. They are cost effective, it lowers costs compared to court proceedings. It also keeps the confidentiality intact. The proceedings are private and confidential. It's flexible. Parties control the process and rules. And the expertise, arbitration with subject matter expertise can be appointed. And the important legal provision that are related to this alternative dispute resolution, that is arbitration agreement, section 7. It defines a valid arbitration agreement as a written agreement between parties to submit dispute or arbitration. Example of valid arbitration agreement, that is a clause in a commercial contract, separate written agreement. So you guys can read the section 7 properly in arbitration dispute simultaneously with me. The jurisdictional related section is, that is section 16. It deals with the tribunal can rule on its own jurisdiction, including the validity of arbitration agreements. It's basically related to doctrine of competence. The finality of awards is discussed under section 35. It talks about arbitrable awards are final and binding. You can challenge the arbitrable award under Section 34. Awards can be challenged only on limited grounds such as lack of jurisdiction, violation of public policy. So these are two grounds on which the award can be set aside. So we also gonna discuss about the recent developments that has been taken in alternative dispute resolution. Recently, there is an introduction of mediation bill in 2021. It aimed to institutionalize mediation in India, mandatory pre-litigation mediation for certain dispute. And also Supreme Court also encouraged for online dispute resolution ODR. It encourages use of technology for faster and accessible dispute resolution. Arbitrable institution in India is also there. At first, to strengthen institution like Mumbai Center for International Arbitration. Through example, we'll understand more better about arbitration, mediation, ad hoc arbitration, institutional arbitration. So, arbitration clause in a contract. Any dispute arising out of this agreement shall be resolved through arbitration under the rules of ICA, Indian Commercial Arbitration. The seat of arbitration shall be Delhi. Mediation example. Two neighbors disputes over property boundaries. A mediator facilitates the discussion and both parties agree to compromise without going to court. Ad hoc arbitration. A supplier and retailer agree to arbitrate a dispute without involving any institutional framework. They mutually appoint an arbitrator and decide on the proceedings. Institutional arbitration. A multinational company includes a clause referring disputes to ICC for resolution under its arbitration rules. So, quick summary of this is arbitration. Is it binding? Yes, it is binding. There is a neutral third party that is called arbitrators. The legal framework under which it is governed is Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Use cases, basically commercial disputes. So it deals with commercial disputes. Mediation, does it binding? No, it is not binding. The neutral third party is called mediator here, and there is no law that is under which it is governed, but there is a proposed mediation bill. So the cases that are being mediated is related to family or workplace disputes. Conciliation, is it binding? No, it is not binding. The neutral third party is conciliator. Arbitration, and it is governed under Arbitration and Conciliation Act. It's before the pre-litigation settlements. It's also called pre-litigation settlement conciliation. Negotiation, does it binding? No, it is not binding. There is also no third parties included. The legal framework, there is no legal framework. It's a basically informal dispute resolution process. In detail, we're going to discuss about advantages of arbitration specifically. So, arbitration, same like we have discussed uh, with the ADR advantages. This it is flexible. The parties to the dispute select their arbitrator who may be specialist on the subject in dispute, whereas judge may not be. This makes arbitration beneficial in complicated specialized matters. Arbitration is generally faster compared to litigation, particularly because the pronouncement is binding and not open to appeal. The right of appeal, even if present, is very limited in its scope. Arbitration is confidential in nature. This restrict the divergence of trade secrets and potentially damages information. It is cooperative process and not adversarial in nature. Arbitration offers an agreeable outcome. The parties are assisted in coming up with a solution together. The parties are allowed to nominate the arbitrators and procedure for arbitration. Thus, arbitration offers a certain degree of control to the parties. Arbitration mandates equal treatment of parties. Arbitrators are expected to be impartial and unbiased. What are the disadvantages of arbitration? We'll also go through this. Mostly, arbitration is often preferred over litigation and is often used for dispute resolution. It also suffers from following disadvantages that are arbitration may be considered adversarial. It barely does anything to foster a win-win situation or boost relationship. Instead, it often intensifies a dispute, just as a court-based adjudication does. Arbitration curtails the decision-making arbitrability of the parties. Mediation is better option in this regard. Arbitration is informal and may be potentially unjust. Some observer believe that only the courts with their carefully regulated procedures can provide justice. In arbitration, a decision is made final. There is very limited scope to appeal. There are generally no specific rules of evidence in arbitration. Arbitrators can use any information that is brought before them. Arbitration lacks transparency, which could be potentially disadvantageous to the parties. So, the landmark cases on this we can gonna go through. First is RB Solution Private Limited versus Ajay Kumar Dikshit and others. The court directed the dispute to arbitration in consonance with Section 8 of the Act. The court said that indeed the parties who did not sign the agreement have been directed to arbitration in extraordinary case. The court elucidated the legal ground that may be enforced to bind a party who has not signed an arbitration agreement, which includes implied consent, third party beneficiaries, and other transfer procedure of contractual right. But in an instance where the parties claim that arbitration agreement is nullified as a consequence of fraud, the court may decline to refer the parties to arbitration. In this case, the court ruled that just accusation of fraud are inadequate to refuse or refer the parties to arbitration. There's one more case, that is MS Harsha Construction versus Union of India and others 2015. In this case, the Apex Court said that arbitration emanates from a contract and except when there is a definite contract in writing, a contract in respect of which arbitration shall not be assumed. Therefore, Section 7.3 of the Act specifically says that the contract must be in written form. Therefore, as far as dispute which have been referred to in clause 39 are involved, it was not for the arbitrator to arbitrate on the said dispute, as there was a particular makes a stipulation with regard to the formation of a contract in a particular manner. There cannot be any presumption in relation to a contract if the contract is not entered into by the manner suggested under the Act. If an issue which which is not arbitrable is subjected to an arbitrator, and even if an issue is formulated by the arbitrator in subject of such dispute, there shall not be assumption or supposition to the effect that parties agreed to present the issue into the arbitrator. The present case, the respondent authorities raised to the an objection regarding the arbitrability of the above mentioned issue in front of the arbitrator, and yet the arbitrator gave his decision on the expected dispute. The court opined that arbitrator should not have decided on the accepted issue. So we'll wrap this class here.